Patsy Mink, a Japanese American, was born on December 6, 1927, on the island of Maui, Hawaii. She lived with her mother and her brother during her childhood in the small village of Paia. In her early years, Mink became aware of the inequality between the plantation owners, who are mostly white, and the plantation workers, who are mostly Japanese or Filipino. At the age of 14, she was directly exposed to inequality. The government took her Japanese father away to interrogate him after the bombing of Pearl Harbor because of his race. This moment in her life was just the beginning of her experiences with inequality. She attended Maui High School, where she had her first taste of leadership. She succeeded in becoming the first female class president of her high school. She graduated in 1944 as valedictorian of her class. Mink wanted to pursue her career in medicine by starting in the University of Hawaii. She transferred to Wilson College in Pennsylvania, which did not offer all the classes required in preparation for medical school. Therefore, she transferred once again to the University of Nebraska. Patsy Mink's dream to go to medical school was not accomplished. With her degree in zoology and chemistry at the University of Hawaii, she was not accepted by any of the medical schools to which she applied. Patsy Mink blamed her rejections on her grades or ethnicity. Soon later, she realized it was her gender that stopped her from being accepted into medical schools. Patsy Mink then changed her career to law and was accepted into the University of Chicago in 1948. At the University of Chicago, Patsy met John Mink, whom she married on January 27, 1951. Patsy Mink graduated as the first female Japanese American attorney in Hawaii. Soon after, she gave birth to her only daughter, Gwendolyn, who later became a notable writer and educator on women's issues. Her main goal as an attorney was to rid the country of sexism because it was the block that stopped her from pursuing her career. On November 7, 1956, she was elected to the House of Representatives for the territory of Hawaii. In 1959, she was elected to the Territorial Senate, and that same year, Hawaii became the 50th state, making her position obsolete. However, 7 years later, on January 3, 1965, Patsy Takemoto Mink was the first Japanese American woman and the first woman of color to be elected to the United States Congress. She organized the Young Democrats of America, the official youth arm of the Democratic Party. Their main focus was to increase the number of young Democratic voters and increase political activism throughout Hawaii. Eventually, she became the national president of this organization. She did not believe that someone should be denied a certain right due to his or her ethnicity or sex. Therefore, during the seating of the representatives from Mississippi, Mink and a few others protested against voting practices in Mississippi because it excluded African Americans. Mink also fought for women's rights. For example, she helped education and job opportunities become more available to women.
My name is Haley Costigan, and I'm a junior at the California Academy of Mathematics and Science. My average week consists of tennis, robotics, and school. For tennis, I play about 4 times a week, and in between, I do robotics, study. For tennis this year, we actually wrote an essay to Nike and got a grant for about $20,000 towards Nike equipment. In the essay, we talked about women's rights and how they apply to women's sports. Patsy Mink is an inspiration to me as a woman because she gave me the opportunity to do the things that I love without anyone holding me back.
In 1970, Mink did not want G. Harold Carswell nominated to the U.S. Supreme Court due to his sexist beliefs. The Senate turned him down. In 1971 to 1972, she decided to run for president to open the minds of Americans to a female president. She co-authored Title IX, which states that no one shall be excluded from participating or put under discrimination under any education program or activity due to gender. As Pacific Citizen newspaper stated, when people said no, she changed the rules. Some of her greatest accomplishments were in education. She wrote bills to help needy children from preschool through college, most of which were passed. She has contributed by voting on requiring states to test students, on allowing vouchers in DC schools, on allowing vouchers for private and parochial schools, etc. She has even established the Patsy Mink Education Foundation for low-income mothers and their children in 2003. Her foundation offers awards to assist low-income women with children pursuing education. Patsy Mink's fearless tactics caused her to have a full life, consisting of many accomplishments that have affected American citizens today. She was passionate about equality, even if others were skeptical. She enforced that opportunities in the land of golden opportunity should not be given to some and not others. Her brilliance and audacity helped pass Title IX, which broadened the horizons of education for both genders. Congress has even renamed this document as the Patsy T. Mink Equal Opportunity in Education in memory of her death in 2002. At age 74, Mink passed away in Honolulu of a viral pneumonia. George W. Bush ordered all flags to be lowered to half-staff. A national memorial was held for Mink in honor of her contributions toward equal rights of all Americans. She is buried at the National Memorial Cemetery of the Pacific.
I believe that there is a cross-section of America present here tonight, and that your deliberations will reflect the major forces for change and reform in our society to the end that women will finally be equal under the law.